Hi, I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life With Herpes. Today, we're going to talk about reasons why you should be having sex, even if you have a herpes diagnosis. Okay, so I know when you're first diagnosed with herpes, the last thing on your mind is sex. You're like, I'm in excruciating pain, physically, mentally. Maybe you can't sit down. Maybe it's hard to wear pants, all of that, right? Like you're in so much pain and you're like, when is this gonna go away? Maybe the only thing you're thinking about sex is like, where did I get this from? And how did I get myself in this situation, right? It was obviously through sex. So, you're thinking like, yeah, the idea of having a healthy, beautiful sex life is just not even gonna happen. I know I was definitely that way when I was first diagnosed and I was in the doctor's office. I was like, yeah, this is never gonna happen. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm just never gonna happen. But I can promise you, obviously I'm pregnant, that I can tell you that you do get there, right? You do move on with life. You do go through life. You will find yourself you will desire, you will feel desired, you will fall in love, you will have sex, it'll feel good again, you will feel sexy, all of that will happen. You will work yourself through that. It doesn't happen overnight. I can totally, you've heard my story hundreds of times. It just says like, it took me about 2 years to get out of my dark spot, but you will get through it. So with that being said, here are 7 reasons why having sex is actually really important for you and for your health. Number 1, sex can be considered exercise. So this sounds awesome, right? Like it raises your heart rate, it gets your blood pumping, it can be compared to a quick walk or even a bike ride. So why not do something that feels good, right? So sex can be considered exercise. Number 2, sex can be a natural painkiller. So when we have sex, our body releases the natural endorphins that go with it. So if you have a headache or you have other, potentially chronic pains or things that are going on with your body, sex and an orgasm and all that goes with it can actually reduce the pain. So that's way better, right? Than taking painkillers, right? Like go have sex. Okay, number 3, sex lowers your stress. Now with this one, you actually need a partner. You can't just do it on your own. So it's the interaction with you and your partner, but it lowers your stress levels. They say that people that have sex once a week, they're able to handle stressful situations a little bit better. Like if you're public speaking or you're on the spot at work, if you have a regular sex life, then you're able just to handle those situations in a little bit calmer manner. So sounds awesome, right? Be able to just kind of ease through life that way. Okay, number 4, sex makes you happier. I mean, who isn't happy after they have sex, right? Especially if it's good. So yeah, it makes you happier. They say couples that have sex once a week, they are happier. They just are a little bit more relaxed, happier, enjoy one another. They do say the more you have sex, the happiness kind of does, like it's a inverted relationship. So no need to overdo it. Don't think like you need to do it 12 times a day. Once a week is fine, or more, however you want to do it. But yeah, couples that have sex, they just are a little bit happier. Number 5, you have a stronger connection with your partner. So that hormone oxytocin is released when you have sex, which allows you to be more intimate, cuddly, just feeling a little bit, you feel more connected with your partner. So that hormone is naturally released during sex. So you just will naturally feel more connected with your partner. So it's also important for long-term relationships to stay connected and just feel that intimacy with your partner. Number 6, mental health. So couples or people that have sex, they said that they are less likely to be on antidepressants, have ups and downs, have anxiety, have depression. So sex is a really healthy thing for your mental health. So again, why not? And then number 7, the last one is sleep. So having sex helps you sleep. So you release the hormones, the oxytocin and the endorphins that just make you feel good, make you relaxed. It is a little bit better for women. So they say women have more effects of the sleepiness from sex. I don't know why, but it does. It helps you sleep better. And then you and your partner, like the after, like the cuddle, like all that whole thing, that whole element of it just helps you sleep better. So as you can see, having a regular sex life or healthy sex life or adding sex into your lifestyle, however you want to put it, it is really important, right? Again, we go back to this whole thing as because we've been diagnosed with herpes. So we think, oh, this is evil. This is what got me here. This is a bad thing. Sex is wrong. As a culture, we don't talk about sex. We put it aside. It's kind of this, I don't know what to say. I don't know what the right word to call it, but it's something that we just don't talk about or shouldn't include in our life. But what I'm trying to say is it is really important for your overall health. So having a herpes diagnosis or not, it shouldn't get in the way, right? I have herpes. I have a normal sex life. It doesn't get in the way. Yes, of course, there's times here and there, obviously, but it's just like the same as saying like, oh, you're on a business trip or you don't feel well or things like that. So anyways, my point is, incorporate sex into your life. It will take time to get back. That's why I created this community, obviously. I wish I had it when I was first diagnosed. But with that being said, I do talk more about sex with Dr. Sammy Longo-Dissi, and she is a sexological body worker. She's a psychologist. She is an expert in her field when it comes to sex. So I interview her on my podcast, Life With Herpes podcast. We go into detail on sex, right? I mean, it's an awesome interview. So if this is something that's interesting to you, you want to learn a little bit more about sex, you want to learn a little bit more about how it can have so many benefits for you in your life, I recommend listening to that podcast. So I have it linked for you somewhere. I don't know where. It's somewhere down here. And then if you want to see her in person, she is going to be speaking at our upcoming retreat. So she will be speaking. You can ask her your questions, get to hear more about it. So I also have the link for you here to book your seat for our next retreat. All right, I will see you soon in the next episode. Go have sex, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye.